The first series of this gauntlet the Yankees are going through the next couple weeks is officially over. The Yankees beat the Houston Astros 2 out of 3 games. No one was more big in this series than one Trent Grisham, who has been a revelation this year and put a stamp on this season as being the first Yankee center fielder outside of Aaron Judge to hit 30 home runs since Curtis Granderson. But this opens a huge can of worms that I don't think the Yankees are prepared to solve. What's going on, guys? King of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and before we get into all of that, let's talk about the series at hand. Game 1 was huge. The Yankees tattooed Framber Valdez. Jazz Chisholm having 2 home runs. Trent Grisham having a grand slam for his 29th home run. Framber Valdez throwing a temper tantrum and literally throwing at his catcher. And to top it all off, Max Fried had another great start to prove that he is officially back. This was the picture-perfect Game 1. Yankees didn't have to stress. Yankees went in, hit bombs. They played a clean game, and we'll get to Games 2 and 3, which were not that clean. That's the formula for the Yankees to win. I'm not going to comment on the Framber Valdez situation. I feel like I'm a little late to the party there. So we're just going to move on. Jazz Chisholm was huge. He was a big spark plug here, being able to hit off the lefty, something that he has been maligned for this year. So let's move on to Game 2. Yankees put up Will Warren, who had a pretty good game, putting up 5 innings of 5 hits and 2-run baseball. That is keeping the Yankees in the ball game. But once we got to the 8th and once we got to the 9th, that's where things started to go completely downhill. As yes, before that, the Yankees had given up their 4-1 lead. It was now 4-4 going into that bottom of the 8th. They bring in Devin Williams, and then Brian Walsh, the umpire behind the plate, decided this game was officially about him. He missed 4 calls for Devin Williams, some that were close. Even then, they were all inside the box. They were all counted on the umpire scorecards as missed calls, helping aid in walking multiple batters. Devin Williams getting tossed from this game after he was taken out. This game turned into an abomination. I'll put up on the screen right now the Jesus Sanchez at bat. Brian Walsh missed 2 clear, utter strikes, where if he gets those outs, there is no run scored. The Yankees are going to the top of the 9th with a 4-4 tie. Brian Walsh missing that call, giving the Astros more life, and then Doval coming in, getting this balk that didn't make any sense. Doval does go quick. That does not warrant an automatic balk. Usually, the umpire would just say, hey, you gotta set. You gotta come to a set. Nothing Doval did constituted a balk. That was another bad call. And then yes, Doval did not have a good game, and he has not been good as a Yankee. And it kind of sucks for Devin Williams because he got robbed into loading the bases and now gets charged with all 4 runs that got put up on the board. And then the Yankees tried to come back. Cody Bellinger had the huge home run. And then the Jazz Chisholm at bat, 3-2, 2 outs, and the umpire makes an outside call for strike 3. In a normal circumstance, I'm not 100% upset about that strike call. Is it a strike? No. But is it close enough to where Jazz has to pay more attention to it? My problem with it is, look at the Devin Williams at bat. He has not been giving that call on that side of the plate all fucking night. In the most important moment of the game, where the Yankees needed a runner on base for Stanton to come up with a chance to tie or even take the lead, he finally wants to expand that zone that he has had all night. It is fucking ridiculous. And then we go to Game 3, where we get even more debauchery from fucking Brian Walsh. But I want to give credit in this game to one Ryan McMahon. Ryan McMahon, coming over from the Rockies, has shown that he has a great glove, has shown what a good defensive third baseman can do for a team. But at the plate, he has been god awful. Not in this one. 3 for 4, responsible for 3 RBIs, scored 2 runs, so really responsible for the 5 of 8 runs the Yankees scored. He was huge. Hitting his home run, that was a big turning point in this game. Getting on the board against Christian Javier, a guy who the Yankees consistently struggle against, that was huge. But here's where the debauchery continues. Bottom of the 6th comes up. Jose Altuve at the plate with Fernando Cruz on the mound. Man on first. Altuve hits a line drive to McMahon, who catches the ball, and then when he's trying to get the ball out of his glove, drops it. Brian Walsh makes the call that he didn't even catch it it in the first place. At this point, it has to be personal. It has to be. The umpires get together and they confirm the call. You're seeing the play. You see he makes the catch cleanly. Brian Walsh has something against the Yankees, and I know that's not a very popular thing to say because all umpires are just human, you know, they could have just had a bad night. But that's 2 days in a row that Brian Walsh himself is making himself a part of the game. That caused the run to score. Ben Rice have to be better with catching the ball, yes. But if there's 2 outs right there and that runner's not on second, there's no need to turn the double play. And even if they did throw it to first, the runner would have just advanced to third. So that right there could have costed us the game if it wasn't for Brian Walsh making himself a part. I am sick and tired of umpires having such a stake in these games. I am on team full robo-ump. Fuck these humans trying to make these calls. It's very difficult to do their job, and I grant that, which is why I want the computers to do it. It takes so long to become a major league umpire, to the point where once you become a major league umpire, you're in the mid 40s to 50s. Sometimes you could get in your 30s, but these guys who are coming in, at that point, your eyesight does start to deteriorate. Do we really want umpires who have deteriorating eyesight? I don't. That's a whole nother story. What do you guys think about that? Leave a comment down below. Now let's get to Trent Grisham, because in the top of the 8th, the Yankees now up 5-3, 2 men on, 2 outs. Trent Grisham hits his 30th home run to, like I said earlier, become the first Yankees center fielder outside of Aaron Judge to hit 30 home runs since Curtis Granderson. Trent Grisham is one of the biggest anomalies you'll see in sports. To me, he has had a more impactful stretch than even Matt Carpenter did a few years ago. And even the Matt Carpenter thing. Matt Carpenter was a great hitter in his prime. It was just him recapturing it for a few months. Trent Grisham has never been this type of hitter. Before this year, the highest amount of home runs he's had is 17. He is at 30 with still 3 weeks left in the year. That is insane. And it has created a problem for the Yankees I'm not sure they're ready to solve, as you've got mandatory guys who are going to get their playing time. You've got Aaron Judge, you've got Cody Bellinger, who the Yankees are most likely going to bring back on that player option. And then right now you cannot sit Trent Grisham. Well, that leaves out your 2 prized possessions in the minor leagues and now in the major league, in Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones. Spencer Jones this year has had a humongous year, a year that in most organizations would almost require him to be called up in the September call-up. But the Yankees cannot do that because there is so much depth at this outfield spot. Where is he going to play? And that's become a problem for Jason Dominguez now that the Yankees are in win now mode and not let's develop Jason Dominguez mode. What is going to happen with those 2 guys? Because right now the Yankees are done stalling. They have run out of time. Trent Grisham is a free agent. Cody Bellinger is a free agent. I'm assuming Cody Bellinger is back. He has a player option. Hopefully he takes it. If not, the Yankees could bring him back, and I'm assuming they will. With Trent Grisham, he is a free agent. What has Trent Grisham earned on the market with this year? Because like I said, this year has been fantastic. Over an 840 OPS, 30 home runs, over a 260 batting average for those who care. This year for Trent Grisham warrant 9 figures on the market. But the fact that this is the first time that he has done it in his entire career, how do MLB teams around the landscape value Trent Grisham? And do the Yankees value Trent Grisham enough to give him a long-term contract? Because that's the one thing that is guaranteed out of this. Maybe if Trent Grisham wants to prove he could do it again, he could get a short-term deal. In that case, the Yankees can stall for 1 more year. But my assumption is that this year has been so good that there will be teams out there willing to give him a long-term contract. Do the Yankees value Trent Grisham enough to give him the long-term contract and essentially give up on the youth movement? And if they give up on the youth movement, what happens with the Martian? And what happens with Spencer Jones? Both of them are too good to be in the minor league, but both of them do not have a spot in the major. Do they become trade pieces? And if they become trade pieces, how valuable is Jason Dominguez after a year that has had peaks and it has had valleys. I don't know what Jason Dominguez's value is on the market. And for Spencer Jones, I would assume he has high value based off of this year, but he's kind of in the same boat, just in the minor league system of Trent Grisham. This is the first time that he has kind of put everything together and has shown his entire tool set, being able to hit for the most home runs in the minor league, being able to have the speed of some of the fastest players in baseball, being able to have Gold Glove potential. This is the first time he's kind of put everything together. So I don't know what Spencer Jones could even net you. The Yankees have a lot of decisions to make, and Trent Grisham has made this decision so much harder, in a good way, as Trent Grisham has earned himself so much more money than he would have gotten had the Yankees played the season out with Jason Dominguez full time. Trent Grisham rides the bench until free agency, leaves, and probably gets another minimum contract to sit the bench. He just earned himself a starting role on another team if the Yankees don't re-sign him. He earned himself generational money. So congratulations to Trent Grisham. The Yankees have to figure this out. What do you guys think the Yankees do with the outfield position? Let me know down below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Yankees are now going to play Toronto tonight. This is a huge series as the Yankees are only 3 back in the division. If we win this series, we gain a game. But if we sweep this series, we are fucking tied. This is a humongous chance for the Yankees to put a stamp on what has been an incredible turnaround from early August. But until next time, I'm out of here. Take care and peace.